to the point where she noticed him talk, because she concedes, my Lord, if I may refer you to the paragraph.
Counsel, I asked you a question earlier.
Yes, please.
To guide this court, the specific paragraph where your client,
Yes, please,
stated that she had light in the room where she was attacked.
Yes, please. And I referred this Honorable Court to page 9, which should be page 8 of Land Justice, Mr. Marquet. And with specific regards to line 16 and 17, where she says, I saw him with the help of solar light. If you may read with me, my Lord. And she continues that my house has solar. When I saw him, I asked him what he was doing in my bedroom. He answered me that I should keep quiet, and I noticed his voice. My Lord, before I was indulged.
Does that mean that there was light in the room? She simply made a general statement that there was light in her house.
Much obliged, my Lord.
It could be in the sitting room or outside.
My Lords, this particular statement should be construed with regards to the circumstance before this Honorable Court. She made this statement to back up the assertion that the circumstance or the conditions were positive enough to enable her identify the appellant in this matter. Much obliged, my Lords. My Lords.
Counsel, can you address us on the issue? From the submissions of the appellant, their issue was that this person said that the appellant answered her when he asked her a question, so that's how she recognized him. Then in cross-examination, she says he never said anything to me, okay? And then still in cross-examination, when there is no re-examination, says that I did not recognize the assailant. Can you please address us on those particular issues, on those particular submissions of your colleagues?
Much obliged, my Lord. My Lord, that particular ground or assertion leads to the questions of contradiction and inconsistency that my colleague will address. However, to answer you, my Lords, as I stated earlier, when the victim approached the accused or the appellant in this matter, at first she didn't recognize him. But after he talked to her, she managed to identify him. However, after that point, my Lords, then there was no further conversation. That means...
Where are you getting that on, Counsel, from the record of proceedings?
Much obliged, my Lords. My
that
Lords,
at first he did not recognize the assailant, but when they talked, she later recognized. Where are you getting that one from?
much obliged, my
And
Lords.
you must read verbatim.
Much obliged, my Lord. My Lords, allow me direct my Lordships to page 9. Page 23, sorry. Paragraph 1 from the top line, where the judge stated that the accused, she looked down and she then saw that it was the accused person, that he had squatted down under the table and had wrapped a cloth in his head. But his head had a mask, though she recognized the voice of the accused. And I proceed, my Lords, that she was able to see him because her house had solar power and the solar light had been switched on. Upon seeing that it was the accused person, she asked him what he was doing in her bedroom, and he told her to remain silent.
Counsel, is that analysis by the land trial judge backed by the court record where PW1 was testifying?
Much obliged, my
Or
Lords.
she was engaging in...
My Lords, again, when I refer you to line 6 and 17 of paragraph 9, the victim, in this case, went ahead and stated that she at first didn't. Let me quote what she said. She said, I saw him with the help of solar light. My house has solar. When I saw him, I asked him what he was doing in my bedroom. he answered me that I should keep quiet, and I noticed his voice. My Lord, this takes me to voice recognition. And with regards to the case I've availed court with, that is the case of Prestige Stephen versus Uganda Court of Appeal, Criminal Appeal number 290 of 2010. My Lords, the court discussed the legal position on identification of a person by voice as laid down in the book of Saka on Evidence, 14th edition of 1993 at page 170. My Lords, and I quote, "If the court is satisfied about the identification of persons by evidence of identification of voice alone, no rule of law, my Lords, no rule of law prevents its acceptance as the sole basis for conviction." My Lords, it proceeds and says that possibilities of mistakes in identifying persons by voice, especially by those who are closely familiar with the voice, could arise only, my Lords, only when the voice heard are different from normal voices on account of situation when identical voices are possible from other persons also. My Lords, the appellant has not disputed the assertions that on that fateful night, in that fateful bedroom, there was only the victim. And this is an assertion that shows that there was only but a voice in that room. And that was the voice that kept silent. My Lord, it's on that basis that we, the respondent, state that the law does not bar the trial judge from considering a single identifying witness. However, when you look at...
once more, you know, this court cannot interfere with the decision of the trial court unless you satisfy this court. Why? Please explain page 9 of the record. PW1 stated that while she was in the room, there was light in the sitting room.